Hi, it's Kerry Artak with Wicked Signal. I am covering today, just doing a brief video on Netflix, a stock that I'm sure you're familiar with. And it's really not a signal per se. It's more of an approach to support that can absorb selling really, through the rest of the year and possibly, well into Q1. I'll get to that in a moment. But this is a chart, a weekly bar chart that goes back almost 10 years. And, here the spike low that you can see, the 290.25 low from the middle of March, we'll just call that the COVID low. And then from there, the market pushed on to new highs, by early April and continued on to a move high of 575.37 in the middle of July. We came very close to retesting that just a few weeks ago in the middle of October when we put out a 572.49 high. So obvious two-sided consolidation here since the mid-July high. And let's just talk now about the approach to support that is presently in the upper 450s, the 457.27 channel bottom, the week of Monday, October 26th, drops ever so slightly to 456.38 a full month later, the week of Monday, November 23rd. This is a formation that represents consolidative support. It is a sort of stick your neck out zone that can absorb selling, really through the rest of the year and possibly through Q1. Once we test this formation, the market is then prone really to rally back to those 570s highs. And in fact, I'm not a big fan of selling a double top. Triple tops are much less frequent than the double top. And so on the next attempt, I want to say that Netflix is likely to push through those highs from the summer, from July and October, and continue upward. At that point in time, I'll probably shoot another video to project what the next target would be. But this is the area. This is the bottom picking zone, 457.27 to 456.38, that can absorb selling on a longer term basis. And from here, we can push on to new highs within a matter of weeks, perhaps months. Now, inversely, it should also be mentioned that we have a significant sell signal with a settlement below 457.27, and you can see I've got some price targets here. The initial is just a pure and simple full channel extension that I've used for years in commodities analysis, and it has it's kind of a complete move. If you spend a fair amount of time consolidating a market, as this market has for the last 3 or 4 months, and if we close below 457.27, then I have a 342.5 target. How long will that take? 2 to 3 weeks, 2 to 3 months. It depends obviously on the fundamentals that are acting on that stock at that particular time, whether it's macro or whether it's involved in Netflix internals. Difficult to obviously, impossible actually for me to ascertain, and that's really not my forte. My forte is reading charts. So closing below 457.27, very simply, I've got a 340s objective that I think is realistic. And what I like about that full channel extension is it's also consistent with a more meaningful channel structure that includes trade all the way back to, April of 19. So, a full year and a half of activity that is at 332.59, that channel bottom this week, October 26th, and rises at 338.23 the week of Monday, November 23rd. Let's just call it 340s. If we were to get a sell signal here in the next few weeks below that 457.27 channel bottom, I think the 340s are likely. There's a lot going on there. And so the question obviously begs, what to do if I own Netflix and it settles or posts a weekly settlement below that 457.27 formation, or wherever it may be between now and late November. Well, obviously there's a lot of ways to look at this. If you're a long-term Netflix holder, in other words, you're holding this stock through 2021 and beyond, then you can just watch the show. If you're a more aggressive near-term investor and you don't want to watch your stock deteriorate down into the 340s, you could obviously buy out of the money puts to hedge that position. You could liquidate the long position. You could go short. There's a number of ways to obviously do this, but just know that closing below that 457.27 formation, I think 340s are viable, are realistic over the following weeks, several months, and so there's that. I think that's really all that needs to be said for this Netflix video brought to you by Wicked Signal.